to my favourite part of this celebration, which was Hey, what's up you guys, this is SGB618 here, and today I wanted to ask myself and you guys the question, was the Super Mario 35 anniversary actually good? Nintendo obviously wanted to celebrate Mario being 35 years old, but did they do it in a satisfying way for them and the fans to be happy? Or did they just look at it as a monetary gain and do some very scummy things in order to get some money and profit from the celebration? Well, in this video, I actually made a list of things that I wanted to talk about. I wanted to sort of reflect back on the last few months where we were celebrating this and sort of have an overall look at what was celebrated, what was sold, what Nintendo gave us, and pretty much their attitude towards this celebration. And I also want to talk about how we as the fans took a lot of what Nintendo gave us. Like, how did we feel about them, how did we react to certain things, and which specific things were we happy with and which specific things were we not happy with. Without further ado, let's just go straight into it. Okay, so first let's talk about the Mario 35 Direct. Now, I'm going to talk about what was in that Direct later in the video, so I'm not going to go into it right now. But overall, I think the Direct was pretty well received. Like, everyone, including myself, were really excited about this celebration. Nintendo announced quite a few things that we were able to look forward to. Another thing that I really liked was that they done a sort of montage at the end of the Direct, sort of reflecting on Mario's history and, you know, helping us all to feel a little bit nostalgic and realize, wow, Mario's actually been around for this long. So at least Nintendo acknowledged that Mario's 35 years old and that you know, they wanted to bring a Direct out for the fans. And just the fact that we had a full-on Direct completely dedicated to Mario stuff, it was just really cool and super refreshing. We're so used to having Nintendo Directs having lots and lots of filler, filled to the brim with games that we just don't care about. So just to have like a pretty much name brand Nintendo Direct where it's all just Mario stuff, it was just super nice to see. And the atmosphere in the Nintendo community, I felt like it was quite happy overall. Okay, so let's get into the things that Nintendo pretty much sold and gave to us in the process. So Nintendo really pushed the Mario 35 merch to us. So we got a Game & Watch based off of the original Mario Bros, and I believe Lost Levels as well. That was super cool. I unfortunately didn't buy that, but I did think it was a really cool nod to that console and of course to Mario as well. And I thought that was a pretty cool way to sort of not only celebrate Mario but celebrate Nintendo as a whole, because obviously Game & Watch is a really important part of Nintendo's history. You know, it was a first step in terms of portable gaming for them, even before the Game Boy. So just linking that with Mario and sort of bringing a fresh take on that for the Mario 35 anniversary, super cool stuff. Also, especially on Instagram, Nintendo really promoted shirts, pins, and other sort of merch to do with specific Mario games. I think my favourite wave that they did for this celebration was when they did a t-shirt and pins for each main series Mario game. So for example, they were selling Galaxy shirts and pins, and then the next day it would be Galaxy 2. You see what I mean? And they were doing that in the build up until March 31st. And I thought that was pretty cool, and also a very nice way to end off the celebration as well. And again, unfortunately, I didn't get my hands on any of this stuff, but I did think it was quite cool to get merch based off of individual games rather than just Mario 35 in general. If I could, I would have gotten Galaxy and 3D World because those are my two favourite main series Mario games. It's not like they copy and pasted old pictures, slapped it on there, and boom, there's your Mario 35 merch right there. They actually took the time and, like, you know, made it top-notch quality And that is one thing that is really overlooked in this Mario 35 situation. Lots of people are very quick to pinpoint that Nintendo gave certain products a deadline and an expiry date, but not a lot of people actually realized that they actually sold some pretty cool merch overall to celebrate Mario 35. My complaint is that they didn't do more. I wish they did more, and I wish they'd done it throughout the year rather than just at certain points of the celebration. So like I said, they only done that main series Mario t-shirt line and merch line towards the end of the celebration. I wish that was kind of like there were more themes and just more of it throughout the celebration, like just to make it a lot bigger, a lot more grand, and you know, to make more money. Come on, Nintendo. One of my favourite parts of the Mario 35 anniversary was the Splatfest. Again, something that Nintendo didn't do throughout the year or throughout the celebration, but only done it at one specific point, which was in January, I believe. That was a really cool and intense Splatfest. Unfortunately, big L's for Team Star. I actually can't believe that we lost that by like by the slightest bit. I can't believe that, but it was really cool. It was definitely one of my favourite Splatfests that I've probably ever participated in. So many people joined that one, probably because it's Mario and everyone loves Mario. Yeah, even in terms of like the streaming community as well, so many of us were streaming it. Lots of people in the chat was saying like what team they were on. There were debates as to whose team is on which, and you know, it was just a really cool atmosphere overall. You know, and obviously having a Mario theme Splatfest in Splatoon 2, you really can't go wrong with that, and I think it was a really cool move of Nintendo to do that. But similar to the t-shirt and merch line that I was talking about earlier, I wish that Nintendo did more Splatfest throughout the month or throughout the anniversary. I know that Nintendo probably wouldn't have done that because Splatoon 2 doesn't get supported very much anymore, but I just thought, again, just to double down and to make this celebration even bigger, that would have been so much cooler to sort of double it. Here's another thing that gets overlooked in the Mario 35 anniversary, and this is one of my biggest letdowns. There was barely anything for Mario Kart. Like, are you serious? Mario Kart is one of like the biggest things for Mario, and a lot of the money that Mario makes for Nintendo comes from Mario Kart. If I'm not mistaken, I think Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is the most sold Switch game right now, so that just goes to show how popular Mario Kart is. And all we got was Mario Kart Live Home Circuit, which was basically, I mean, it's not even a game really, it just is kind of like a tech demo for something, I don't know. And then we got 16-bit characters for Mario Kart Tour. Oh, slow down, Nintendo. But seriously, no updates for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. No message saying that there's a Mario Kart in the works, like a main series Mario Kart game in the works. Like absolutely nothing. All we got was just Mario Kart Live Home Circuit, the 16-bit characters from Super Mario Kart being put in Mario Kart Tour, and then okay, maybe some merch, but I can't even remember any of it at the top of my head. But yeah, nothing for Mario Kart. Come on, man. Like, I'm even surprised there was nothing for Mario Party, but Mario Kart, Mario's biggest spin-off franchise, and you don't drop anything regarding that, like anything absolutely massive. That's quite crazy to me. But anyway, let's get on to my favourite part of this celebration, which was 3D World plus Bowser's Fury. This was literally such a good release for this anniversary. 3D World, like I said, is one of my all-time favourite Mario games, or one of my all-time favourite games, full stop. Say what you will about it, but I personally think that The graphics are super good, the music is top notch, the gameplay is really good, and most of the problems that I have with the game are very, very minimal. Like, I just really love 3D World. And then on top of that, you package that with a brand new Mario adventure. So you pretty much put in 3D World's engine and just surround it with Mario Odyssey-ness, as I like to say. Like, that's so cool. And just the fact that you get 2 games for the same price as one Switch game, that is a deal right there. And I think personally that is how you celebrate Mario's 35th anniversary. Obviously not just that, obviously including the merch and everything else. I'm not saying they should have just dropped that game. I mean, like, yeah guys, that's the celebration, thanks for watching, bye. But yeah, I do think that that was probably the peak of this celebration, and I think that those 2 games being bundled together and being sold, I think that went really well and everyone was super happy about that. But now let's close out this video with the 2 most controversial things. So starting things off, we have Super Mario Bros 35. I streamed this game once, I got my W, and then I never touched it again. So when this game went, okay, don't get me wrong, I think it's quite scummy that Nintendo did something like that. I will get back to that in a second when we talk about 3D All-Stars. But, I mean, Mario 35, I wasn't the biggest fan of it. Like I said, I got my W, but then I just didn't really care much for it after that. I don't even think I even touched it again after I streamed it. Okay, maybe I did again for like one video, but again, it was for YouTube content, it wasn't for myself and personal enjoyment. I took Tetris 99 over that game anyway, so it's all good. I deleted it, I got bored of it, it was taking up space, and but there were some people who did enjoy it, and it is a shame that it did have a short shelf life. Just because Nintendo wanted everyone to jump onto it super quickly. But it's not really that bad for Mario Bros 35 because that game was free, like anyone can play that, so Nintendo wasn't really profiting from that. 3D All-Stars on the other hand, that's a different story because that game was like 45, 50, 60 pound depending on where you live. And yeah, you can no longer get 3D All-Stars both digitally and physically. That is a big shame. Now, there are 2 reasons, or 2 possible reasons for why Nintendo decided to delist this game that could be reasonable if you think about it. Number 1 is that in a few years, it won't be Mario's 35th anniversary. So playing this game when it's Mario's 40th anniversary might be a bit weird. That's probably the weaker reason that I'm saying right now. And 2, possibly because they're bringing over N64 online, GameCube online, or Wii online. That would be super cool. The only reason I could probably think, logically speaking, is for the cash grab. They wanted people to quickly get this game. They wanted people to get it before it gets delisted. They wanted people's money. And I mean, I feel like with 3D All-Stars specifically, it wasn't bad because the 3 games that are bundled are really good. Well, I'm not the biggest Sunshine fan, but in general, the collection as a whole is good. But it's so bare bones. It's so bare bones. Literally, you get the 3 games and you get the 3 soundtracks. That's it. You see what I mean? It just feels very rushed, and it felt like they done it just because they had to, and not because they put their heart and soul into it. You see how like they're celebrating Mario 35? They just wanted that product that made everyone go, wow, I could play like 3 big Mario games at once. Like, that would be so cool. But because Nintendo doesn't like the fact that you can do that, which doesn't make sense because they don't really profit from their old console games anymore because they don't get manufactured anymore. you know, like, they limited it, which is a really big shame, and it was kind of a bit of a letdown. For me, it doesn't affect me because I've bought it physically and I can play it for the rest of my life if I really wanted to, but for the people who didn't have a Switch yet or just didn't have the money in that time period, I'm sorry. I know Nintendo ain't gonna say sorry, but I'm sorry that you missed out on 3D All-Stars, and it's a big shame that you wasn't able to celebrate that part of Mario's 35 anniversary. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Overall, I think that the Mario 35 anniversary celebration was a very big mixed bag. You had its high points, which was the merch, the Splatfest, 3D World and Bowser's Fury. Those things were really cool, and I think the only things that can make those things better is if Nintendo times that by 100 and had that throughout the Mario 35 anniversary time period instead of just select points in time. And obviously the low points, the deadline for Mario Bros 35 and 3D All-Stars, and the lack of Mario Kart stuff as well. Oh wow, I was talking for a long time there. Thank you for watching anyway, guys. Hopefully you did enjoy it. Please comment down below your thoughts on everything that I mentioned in this video. Did you agree with me? Did you not? And let me know what you guys think of the things that Nintendo dropped for Mario's 35th anniversary. I'll be very interested to know. And just let me know your thoughts overall as to whether you liked it or not. Anyway, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next video. Whoosh.